Hey, Mark.
Hey, Liz.
What you doing?
I
do this every time to you, and you're like, Liz, I'm making a flippin' podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, how are you? What are you doing?
Oh, well, I've had a day that's gone completely whack. I mean, you know how I schedule, and I'm so weird about it. So I had my schedule for today, but everything fell apart. Like I was supposed to have furniture cleaners coming today. I have had 2, 3 parties at this house and not had my couches cleaned. So I'm like, they're kind of dirty. So sometimes I look at them and go, ew. Anyway, they didn't show up.
Couches cleaned after 3 parties?
No. I just meant that it's been 3 years.
Oh, 3 years.
Yeah. So it's been like, I was thinking 4th of July parties mainly.
Right.
Yes.
And those can get quite raucous around your house.
I know. I'm
I
debating.
understand that. Now that I remember the last year's July 4th party here.
Yeah,
I understand
that one got a little
had to clean.
off the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do one this year.
I don't blame you.
I think I'm just going to do a game night dinner party.
Good.
And just have us game night friends
I like
come over.
those personally.
Me too.
I mean, I'm involved in both, but game night is so fun.
It is fun. Yeah. And I think I might do like a 4th of July themed game night.
Perfect.
And have like fried chicken and, have like a family style dinner. And then if my neighbor, the reason I ever started doing 4th of July parties, I don't know why we're talking about 4th of July. I brought it up. But anyway, he used to buy like literally thousands of dollars on fireworks. Like a maniac, and light them off right next door.
Oh, I know.
So I thought, let's have a party every year.
Right.
If he's going to spend the money on the fireworks. Yeah. And then there are other neighbors around here, and you can see theirs too. So it became a thing. And then last year, he's like, I'm done. So I thought, I said, well, I'll go out and buy some fireworks. And then I'm like, I'm never spending that kind of money again on 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, woof. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I think a game night would be fun. And then we can just go shoot some stuff out in the backyard for fun. That'll be fun. So yeah, that's what's going on here. And that's all I can think about.
Yeah.
This new in my life. It's getting hot. Hey, by the time this episode airs, I have returned from Paris.
That's right.
I had a great time.
You
oh my
did?
God.
How was it?
It was so good. We walked a lot. We ate a lot of bread.
Don't come back with an accent.
I'm excited.
Please.
Oh my God, like Madonna.
Yes, exactly.
I cannot do a French accent, so there's no fear of me coming back with that.
Good.
I can just do, which is, I guess, very insulting and still awful. That was not great.
You're going to be great in Paris.
I kind of love it. French people love Americans. What are you talking about?
Right.
Okay, but anyway, here we are in the 1930s.
Yes.
My grandma's diaries. So, we're on episode 8. I don't know what I'm calling this one yet.
Okay.
So we are working title right now.
Yeah.
But previously on episode 7, and again, as usual, if this is the first podcast you're hearing, there are 7 others. So stop now and go back so you don't get lost. But if for some reason you're like, no, I am staying, then here's what at least happened on episode 7. Our heroine, Elisabeth, turned 15, and we met some of her friends. We met Rex Wallace and a man named Louis who has the same birthday as her. Do you remember Louis?
Yeah.
But that's how I was able to find him. And we're spending a lot of time with Bill Terrell. He's her boyfriend. They're breaking up. They're getting back together. and he's a smoker and a drinker, and she doesn't like that.
And a drinker, yeah.
And so he had promised to quit smoking for her. And we kind of talked about, what was the macho male figure that was popular in his era. And it was the gangsters and Al Capone and people like that. So
totally.
Maybe he was emulating them.
Exactly.
So let's see. Oh, and they have found out that they're definitely moving on May 1st. They're moving from Bell, Missouri, and they're going to have to go to Arkansas. Okay, so they have been living with their maternal grandparents. Her mom's mom and dad. But their generosity can only last so long. This is an extra 7 people camping out in their house. And for months now, Grandfather Underwood has been saying, you got to go.
Right.
And now the time has come. So they know that they're leaving. They do kind of hope that they'll be able to stay if her older sister Frances and her mom can find a job. But it's not looking good.
Right.
No one can find a job. So
7 people.
Yeah, so looks like May 1st is a big day. We also see Elisabeth with her piano playing. She plays the piano for the senior high school's graduation ceremony, which is really cool. So that's one of the first times we see that she's an accomplished piano player. And I wish, by the time the diary starts, she's 13. They're not living with a piano, so she doesn't talk about it.
Yeah.
So I wonder where she took lessons.
Does she not say, do you not get any sort of indication?
She just, by the time we're in her life, she already is a very good piano player.
Really?
Yeah. So she must have taken
At
lessons.
13?
Well, you start young, and I started piano lessons when I was 5. Oh. And I took until I was 13.
Okay.
You start
she
them
loved
young.
it, though.
Yeah. And I guess it's what, proper young ladies did.
Sure.
You learn an instrument, you learn embroidery,
Right. Right.
My mom was even a pretty decent piano player, and I don't even know who taught her how to do it. My dad, he was born in 1924. He was a great piano player, and he could play like all that ragtime music, like Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Yeah.
And my brother, he would play it. My brother and I would run around the house and dance and act like fools.
Neat.
Yeah, it was really cool. So big part.
I guess you start young.
You do.
The trick.
You do. And I think even the little farmhouse that we own out there in the Holly Hill, it always had a piano in it. Just as your only entertainment, you got to make your own.
Right.
Before radios, right? So I love that this sets her up with a lifelong love of playing the piano. So on May 1st, they pack up the car and they're headed to Steprock to the Hartsell family farm. And May 2nd, they're already working. I mean, it's not like come unpack your stuff and relax and get to know everybody. Go pick some strawberries.
Right.
So their cousin Doyne is teaching them how to do it. This is not going to be an easy life. They're living in a tent.
Yep.
What I loved about last week's episode is that when they meet this cousin Doyne, she has an entry where we sat down and he told us all of his problems.
Right.
They have problems too. But she's not writing about that in the diary. She's like, oh, poor Doyne. I'm like, poor you, girl. But so this is just she's such a wonderful person.
Yeah.
We find out that she has a typewriter in her Aunt Etta's general store and post office, and she loves to type, which is, I think, is fun because she's a piano player and a typist, which is cool. We start meeting some of the kids that they'll be hanging out with, including a girl named Ruby Williamson. And there's a lot of work and a lot of wishing that she could get mail from her friends back in Bell. And we left it. The last entry was her saying, gosh, my life has changed since last year. I hope we will be in a home of our own real soon. And we've got a ways to go for her. But what we haven't had a chance to talk about yet is the situation they're walking into. We did mention briefly, they're not tenant farmers.
Right.
They're just straight up laborers.
Right.
So I think we mentioned last time that Morris Hartsell, the patriarch of this family, great-great-grandfather.
Right.
He had already divvied up the farm to his children.
Right.
So they all own acres, and then they are leasing some of it to tenant farmers.
Right.
And a tenant farmer is different from a sharecropper.
Correct.
Do you know the
Yes.
exact? Okay, tell me.
A tenant farmer lives on the land and works and gets, as Elisabeth says, it's more like a barter system, and they make money in the form of
the crops that they grow.
Correct. And pick.
So basically, they do end up kind of paying a rent in produce.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
But the tenant farmer, he has some control over what's grown on his patch.
Yes.
So he can grow, strawberries obviously is what is happening here, and that's the smart thing to grow. But they can kind of grow whatever they want, and then they're
responsible for like distribution and etc.
Yeah, so it's almost like they own it, but they just don't. Now, a sharecropper, on the other hand, has a way worse deal.
Totally.
Yeah, do you know about that?
They get nothing.
Yeah, well, they get to live on the land same as the tenant farmer, but they have to buy the seeds. They have to rent
I didn't know that.
The machinery. They don't own anything.
Oh, my God.
And at the end of the year, once the produce, whatever they're told to plant that they have to pay for, if they don't have a good crop, then they're in debt. And then they're stuck there. It's basically slavery. Yeah, it's awful. And I mean, a tenant farmer is not much better because if your, quote, rents at the end of the year, if your produce didn't cover it, you're still kind of stuck. But at least you have some control and you can say, well, I'm going to plant this much this year. I'm not going to plant that much of this and wait and plant more of that.
Yeah, you have some sort of, some sort of means of potential income.
And it did seem, very racially who's who.
No doubt.
Yeah, not that there weren't white sharecroppers.
Absolutely.
And not that there weren't black tenant farmers.
Correct.
But I think there's a clear...
I think it was 40% black and 60% white for tenant farmers.
Really?
Yes. And then totally the opposite, probably, for sharecroppers.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of research on this. So we know kind of the atmosphere that she was moving into in Steprock when she moved from Bell to Steprock. So, I mean, it was night and day.
So for a laborer coming in, you're coming in with zero, zilch, nothing.
Right.
You probably don't have a place to stay.
Right.
They got lucky because it's family. So a lot of these...
the family is letting them stay in their yard.
Yeah. Well, I think the mom and dad might be in some kind of house, but the girls are
Elizabeth
definitely
is staying in a tent.
In a tent. But laborers, when they come in, they have zilch, zero, nothing.
Right.
They're like, please let me work. And they're like, okay. So they pop their tent up and then they're in debt to the general store.
Right.
So they get paid not in dollar bills, but in tickets.
Yeah.
Then they have to go spend those tickets at the store.
Right.
But the store is real good about letting you buy on credit.
Right.
Because they don't want you going anywhere. It's awful.
And that's what happens to Elizabeth's family. And it's in the middle of the Great Depression. Suddenly, conditions were dire. So in 1935, the federal government, it was actually the Farm Security Administration, they sent out 4 to 8 photographers, but the main 4, one was Dorothea Lange, Russell, I forgot their names.
Dorothea Lange is the name that I always have heard.
Well, yeah, the famous photograph by her of the lady, with that striking face, that's in California.
Is it?
Yeah, that's taken in, she was a migrant.
Oh, that's cool.
These photographers, and some of them were Walker Evans, Arthur Rothstein was one, I believe, Russell Lee, Dorothea Lange.
I wonder how you got that job. Was there an ad in the paper, needed?
These were very, I believe, familiar names. And they were both black and white photographers.
Really?
Yes, which I found to be very interesting.
Oh, me too.
There is this document that I found at the Library of Congress online, and it's one of the most interesting documents I've ever seen. When I came across it, I was just...
About what?
Well, it's about in the Farm Security Administration in 1935 sent these photographers out because they noticed that these tenant farms and sharecropping farms were disappearing.
What do you mean?
They were, if you can imagine, Elizabeth lived in a tent.
Yes.
That tent isn't there anymore.
Sure.
Nor are these little farm buildings, these little shacks,
so
these little
are you saying that they were scaling back their farms and not using these kind of workers?
No, they were starving people. Oh. And FDR saw this. Somebody showed him pictures, and he saw these babies, and so...
And what was the reasoning behind why he did it? Because he wanted to show America, or he wanted to say, go tell me what's really happening out there?
Well, I think it was both. I really think it was both.
Yeah.
I mean, America didn't know that this was going on at the time. And that's one reason they sent these photographers out. And these photographers went out, and it must have been like going, like on a safari or something into this strange land. And what they found, they took, I want to say like 1 million plus photographs, but every photograph, you know how you take a photograph and it goes, so it takes more than one. So they took like over 1 million, some of the same subjects. They'd follow a family for a day on a tenant farm. So there are thousands of these photos.
I wonder what these people thought about, why are you photographing me?
I think
Get
the
out
same
of my
thing.
face. Because the way we just talked about in our last bonus episode about Elizabeth and her family not really talking about this once they're done with it, and a little bit of shame factor.
Right.
They might have, I wonder how many people were like, whoa.
Well, I can tell you. By looking at these photographs, I would say most of them are very grateful. You can just look in their eyes and just see
you see me.
You see, yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. It's not, That's how it is.
So tell me what they did with all these pictures.
What they did is they took them around, they put them on tour.
So like going to an art gallery?
Yeah, they were like at the Met and
really?
all around the country was the deal. And they did one, and this document that I'm referring to, it was called the International Photographic Exposition.
Okay.
And it was Farm Security Administration.
And what year was the exhibit?
1938.
Okay, so it took them years.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
They had a lot to go through. And it's funny, some of these images that I come across have hole punches in them. Like some guy's face will be punched out, and I'm like, what? And it's because they took those pictures and they punched the bad ones. Yeah.
Oh, so like maybe he was blurry. And instead of just leaving the blurry face, they just punched a poor guy out.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
So
I have a couple of ex-husband pictures I could do that with.
Yeah, yes. Yes. That would fill a book, though. Yeah. Okay. So the photographs, so they went on tour, basically. And there are, I would say, I don't know, 70 or 80 of these photographs. And I'm scrolling through some of them right now. And they're like, kids just in flour sacks. And I mean, just as bad as you can imagine.
Just looking dirty and skinny.
And just
We'll definitely put all of these on the Patreon. Matter of fact, we might dedicate a whole...
I think so.
Post to it.
I think so, because I mean,
because they're breathtaking.
They really are,
and it's so interesting too how photography never really changes. I mean, there are trends in photography, but real good photojournalism. Right. I mean, gosh,
some of these, like, they are mothers. There's a lot of young people. The one of the migrant mother in California. A lot of people living in tents in these photographs.
And I noticed there was one, if I'm remembering it correctly, inside the house they had newspapers all over the
Absolutely.
walls.
They use newspapers as like a buffer from the wind.
Of course, that's all they had.
That's all they, Yeah. So,
can you imagine?
I mean, it's like a movie set, these
it's true.
places.
Yeah. It looks like some Steinbeck.
Yes.
Yeah, it
really
sure
does. And so but like you said, a tenant farm was different than sharecropper. This is a mix between sharecroppers and tenant farmers.
So they're just going to all the poor farming areas.
Exactly.
Okay, so how did America receive these pictures?
That's the most interesting thing in my perspective.
Because didn't you say that they had something like a book?
They did.
Where people could write like...
A comment book.
Oh, a comment book. Like going to a wedding and saying, Liz is here from Charleston.
Yep.
Okay, so what were the comments like?
I found them to be absolutely fascinating. There are like 24 pages of comments.
And
just
were these
on
from
this
one exhibit? Okay, one.
Yeah.
Do you know where it was?
I don't.
That'd be interesting too.
I can, I'm
like if
sure.
it was the one at the Met or if it was one in the South.
I don't think it,
If we find out.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Some of these comments, you want me to read a few?
Yes.
They go from everything from, wow, this is life-changing, to stop wasting money on film. That's taxpayers' dollars. To, we need Hitler in the United States. He'll take care of this. They had this, a lot of, I'll read you a few.
Oh, no, please do.
Several.
Please read me some of the actual ones. Yeah.
Okay. So I've just got these out. Number 32, too much waste of my taxpayers' money.
Oh my God.
And then most of them are like, this one is revealing, exceedingly so. And the majority of them are like, wow, I didn't know this was happening. Somebody do something to help these people now. And that's why this particular exhibit changed the way America thought about sharecroppers and tenant farms.
That's interesting. Now, I'm probably going to ask you a question you are not prepared for me to ask. So I can cut this if you don't know.
Okay.
What was the result of this? Did anything change?
Yes, some things did change.
Like legislation or grants?
There were projects. What this did was the Works Project Administration they had projects, right?
Sure.
And one of them, just off the top of my head, one of them was to provide lumber.
Okay.
To farms and people who didn't have homes.
Oh, so they could get out of the tent.
Correct. Yes. And get a stable house that was like stable lumber. So they put not only the lumberjacks to work, but they put the railroad to work to get the lumber from point A to point B. And this was all government that came in literally after this photograph exhibit. I think some things were done before, but because the government saw it before the public did.
Right.
But the general idea is that nobody knew this was going on. So, yeah.
Well, of course not. They didn't have social media. They didn't have television news, breaking news.
Some of the other ones, excellent. Let's see. Why the hell isn't something being done about it? Strikingly photographed, but pitiful. I wish these photographs would be widely more distributed.
Yes.
There are millions of people who would be interested and influenced by them. I say the power of photographs. This is a testament to that.
Of course.
So here's one of the Hitler ones. We sure need a Hitler. If he comes over, I know a plenty who would vote for him.
What?
Yep. That's number 50.
That's so
all around.
Scary.
And then superb. Keep it up. What a complete record in book form. And it says another one, 55. I think we need a Hitler. Yep.
I cannot believe. Now, of course, this is before they know what he's really up to. If this is 1938,
yes, but it goes to show you how influenced people can be.
I know.
Can you imagine looking back in history, loving Hitler?
But even
that's something
even
to tell
looking
your
at
grandkids,
these,
right?
Yeah, but even looking at these pictures, not going, well, they're just working hard, saying like,
Right.
let's just. What did they think Hitler was going to do?
Well, they thought. I think they were just so enamored with the power of Hitler that he could come over here and.
I mean, his
fix it.
speeches were on our radios because Roosevelt. Your grandmother will mention it in a diary entry. Roosevelt makes a speech about him, and then Hitler responds in his own speech, and she hears it with her husband. And I can't imagine what it was, but it's on YouTube.
The speeches.
Yeah. That's how I found out about it.
I was stunned by the Hitler comments here. Somebody said propaganda was the number 66.
Nothing changes, Mark.
Exactly.
Every time, and this is what we're not that kind of podcast, but for the people who are like, I'm so scared and everything's going wrong, they were thinking that in 1930. They were thinking that in 1900.
Exactly.
They were definitely thinking that in 1861.
Right.
So as much as things change, everything stays the same.
Right.
I personally take a lot of comfort in that because whenever I think, oh, this is a really scary time, I think, well, we'll get through it. We are humanity. And eventually bad things happen and good things come from them. I mean, Hitler didn't make it. He did a lot of damage, but we were able to finally shut that man down. And I think when pure evil raises its head,
it's going to inevitably be shut down.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope
and
so.
I think America waited too long to get into that war, but that's another podcast. That's the podcast my dad would have listened to. World War II. Yeah, well, those are fascinating.
Yeah.
And you know what? What we might do is maybe put some of those on the Patreon too. Just
the great idea.
Yeah, because these are pictures you're looking at.
Yes.
So we can just do some screenshots.
Totally.
So that people believe us. But
know.
this is all in the Library of Congress, right?
Yes.
This is
if
where
you
got
want to
it.
see this, are we back on the air?
We're on, yeah.
If you want to see this, it's at the Library of Congress. And if you search the Farm Security Administration photographs in the first International Photographic Exhibition in 1938.
Oh, I can remember that.
Search that.
We'll just give it a goog. I'm sure it'll come up. You found it. Someone will find it. But it's fascinating. It's fascinating. So I like to, now when we imagine what Elisabeth is going through and all the people around her, those images are great ones to keep in your heads because this isn't pretty. This isn't like Paris Hilton and the other girl working on a farm for a reality show. This is real life, and they're working hard.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, we're gonna hop right back into it. May 8th, 1932. Leon and I went to Sunday school with John, Gurley, Ethel, and Aunt Delia. Came by and got Francis. We ate dinner at their house. We 4 girls went to Judsonia with Edith, her husband, and Alma Jean. We went out into the country, and he stopped by an old house. Then we went to his brother's house. I sure don't like him. Doyne went home yesterday. We came back and sat out under the tree. So we got a lot of names.
John, Gurley, Ethel, Delia.
Yes. Yeah, but we're going to start with Delia because that's her aunt.
Okay.
And that's Louis's sister. Now, Louis had a lot of siblings,
yes.
But this is his Aunt Delia. And she's your great aunt. She was born in August 18th of 1876, and she married a man named Parks Byrd. in 1892 when she was 16 years old.
Right.
I mean, it happened.
Yeah, it did.
But it's still so hard to read that.
I know.
I have a daughter who's 17.
I know, right?
It's so hard.
But that was common.
Of course.
You look at the censuses, Censi or whatever.
Yeah, and they want her out of the house and give her to somebody else. She's a mouth that he has to feed now. Because, I mean, she was one of so many children. But together, she and Parks Byrd will have 9 children. Here are some of their names. Prince, Leonard, Gurley, Lillian, Alma, Edith, Elsie, John Eugene, and Ethel. Wow. Looks like at the end
John
there,
Eugene.
she gets an affinity for names that start with E's.
Yes.
But that's kind of cute. But Parks, her husband, will die in March of 1929.
Oh, no.
I know. That's another one that we're going to meet somebody else who dies right before the Great Depression. So that's real bad timing.
Yeah.
And I can't find out how he died, but dang, good thing they had all those kids who could work the farm, because that's exactly what they'll be doing.
And she mentions Aunt Delia a lot in the diary.
She does. And we talk a lot about how, especially when we were first reading the diary, how these people are making them sleep in a tent. But actually what they're doing is incredibly generous. Louis is so lucky that he had a family with a kind of successful farm, a place to go. Some people would have been rolling up to a stranger's farm.
They were on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Some of these pictures.
I know. So they're actually very lucky, and that we have to always kind of keep that in our heart. But Aunt Delia will live to be 88 years old.
Nice.
That's good. That's good for having all those kids as a woman.
Seriously.
With your body.
And going through that tenant farm.
Oh, I know. She dies in the Oakdale Nursing Home in 1964. And the other folks that are mentioned in this entry are Aunt Delia's children. So John was one of them, and that was the John Eugene Byrd, and he was born on December 3rd of 1911. Remember that date, December 3rd, 1911, it comes back.
Okay.
He marries a girl named Opal Milliken in 1934. She is a school teacher, and they moved to Judsonia, which isn't too far away from the farm. And they have a son named Eugene and a daughter named Mary. And you know what? I looked up their kids, because I don't know, I look at everything. Yeah. And I think they're still alive.
Really?
Because I can't find anything about them. And Ancestry doesn't really do much about young living people.
Right.
I mean, there's no 2020 census or 2010 census on Ancestry. No, there's not. There's nothing past 1950 on census records yet.
I didn't ever
Yeah,
notice that.
because if I could just have access to the 1960 census, I could learn a lot of things.
Really?
But yeah,
Well,
I don't.
Do we
have
not
it.
have access to that?
They just haven't gotten that far yet. I don't think, or at least I don't have it for anybody.
I see.
Yeah, so I can't find anything about them, but they were born in the 1940s. So of course, they could still be very alive and healthy. And John will work as a carpenter, and he owns his own business, and he dies in 1977. And it is interesting, the Byrd family and the Froud family will get into some building opportunities, and Uncle Barney that we're going to meet later. There's some construction company business going on with this family after the Depression, which is kind of cool.
Neat.
And then we're going to meet Gurley. Gurley is another one of Delia's children, and she was born on December 3rd, 1911, because she's John's twin sister. So now we have, twins usually skip a generation. Yeah. But this has not. Because Etta and Netta are twins, and now their sister had twins.
So there's 2 pairs of twins.
Yeah, I mean, they're just twins going. I mean, twins are like your mom.
My mom's a twin.
Twins are everywhere.
They are.
I would be terrified to marry into your family. So Gurley is 21 years old when we meet her in this entry, and she will marry in 1934 to a man named Lynn Van Meter. They'll also live in Judsonia. Her husband is a truck driver, and she dies in 1978. 1 year after her twin dies. Really? And she never had children. Maybe she was afraid of having twins.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll be like, I'll get a dog.
And she was Elizabeth's cousin.
She was Elizabeth's first cousin.
Yeah,
all these.
Girly.
What I'm finding in, she spends a lot of time with family, even like in later entries when I'm trying to find people. Before I just go looking for a rando, let me go look at the family tree and see if this is a cousin. And 9 times out of 10 it is. So this is
family.
Making my work a lot easier.
Right.
But there was also a young lady named Ethel in the car. And Mary Ethel Byrd was born in 1915. She also gets married in 1934. So this was a big year for marriages in the Byrd family. She's 19 when she gets married, so I can accept that. And she marries a man named Howard Lewis. And they move to Mountain View, Arkansas. And they have 2 daughters, LaDonna and LaMonda.
Really?
Yes. I love those names.
Ethel had LaDonna and Lamanda?
Yeah, you know those names?
Not at all.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Were they twins?
Nope. No, they're a couple years apart. She just likes LaDonna and Lamanda or Lamanda.
I'm a teacher, and sometimes you just can't remember names anymore. But
I know.
that's an old name, I guess.
You'd remember that one.
I don't know.
That's a super fun name.
So interesting. Okay.
I know. I guess she just thought Donna and Amanda and just gave them an L.
No.
LaDonna, Lamanda.
LaDonna,
I don't know. I think it's a nice little country name.
Sure.
In 1950, Ethel is working as a laborer in a pot and pan factory, but then she goes to beauty school and she becomes a beautician in Shelbyville, which is right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And she dies in 1998. And when I read her obituary, it says that she's survived by her daughters and one of her siblings.
Who was that? Do you know?
It was Lillian, who we're going to meet later.
So it would be Louis.
So Louis was gone. Barney
was gone.
Uncle Aunt Netta.
And there was one.
Then there was one.
Then there was one.
Little Lillian, who we'll meet later. But also, this is a big car. Ethel is in this car, and she marries a man who's like 13 years older than her, and his name is Connie Overstreet, and he's a farmer, and they'll have 3 children together. He's the one that Elizabeth doesn't like. When she's in the car, and she's like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he did to her, or maybe he's a jerk, but anyway, she doesn't like him. So that's Edith's husband. But then, this is the most interesting person in this car.
Yeah.
They mention Alma Jean.
Yeah.
Now, I look her up, and there's an Alma in the family, but her name is Alma Louise, and she's about Elizabeth's age or a little older. She's a member of the Byrd family. But this girl, Alma Jean, her last name is Brown.
Okay.
And in this entry, she's only 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
She'll actually end up living with Gurley and her husband. And in 1940, she's a 12-year-old girl living with Gurley and her husband. She's still Alma Jean Brown.
Well, who is she?
I mean,
who are her parents? Do we know? Why did she go to live with, she went into Gurley's house?
I think she's Gurley's daughter.
Oh.
Like an out of wedlock, but you're keeping that baby.
I got it.
Or maybe something happened.
So Alma Jean, they were just babysitting Alma Jean.
I think she just got pregnant and there wasn't a man around. And what were you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to put it up for adoption?
Right.
There are no options.
None.
So you keep that baby.
Of course.
Alma Jean Brown.
I see.
That's all that because Gurley never had any other children.
Is she on the census, Alma Jean?
Yeah. Alma Jean Brown.
Brown?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
And so I thought maybe I'll go to try to find, there's no way to know who Gurley ever dated. And I'm not going to go just put Brown in Steprock in the census because that's going to give me a million people. So that's kind of a family mystery that I thought was really interesting. Yeah. But Alma Jean gets married in 1949 to a man named Jack Francis Reed. She moves to Oklahoma. He sells furniture for a living. They have one son. And of course, I don't know anything about him because I can't find any censuses about him. But yeah, Alma Jean. That was the most interesting person in that car. And then, of course, she says Doyne is going back home at the end of that entry. Doyne, her cousin.
Her cousin. Have you ever heard that name before now? Doyne?
No.
I hadn't.
So she talks that, Doyne, who is Aunt Netta's son, is going home. And actually, they lived in Big Creek, Arkansas, which is, it's all the same. Big Creek is Pangburn. Bald Knob is Judsonia. It's just like, I can't keep this straight. I need an old map. Anyway, his father worked for the Census Bureau. Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes.
So some of the censuses we're reading, he might have done.
It was his handwriting.
Isn't that something?
I know.
That's
really a pretty good job to have. Temporary, of course.
Right.
So literally in 1940, his job is census worker. But what was it in 1941?
Doyne's father's handwriting.
So I think that's pretty cool. So they're sending him to the farm to help.
Yeah.
And Dad's got a job for at least a year.
And Doyne is the one that he spills all his troubles to Elizabeth.
And probably taught them how to pick strawberries and shot that big snake.
Shot the black snake.
So we love Doyne. Doyne's a hardworking young man.
Yep.
May 9th, 1932. Picked 30 quarts of berries today. Herman brought us our lunch in Carl's car. Frouds ate with us. It started raining in the afternoon, so we had to stop for a while. They killed a big black snake in the patch this afternoon. Dean, Billy, and I sat on the store porch tonight. I've made $1.64 since I started picking.
So we're going to count the quarts.
Yeah, but that seems like a lot of money from May 2nd to May 9th. That's a week, and she made $1.64. That's a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know what they were paying for, like, I don't know, per pound or...
That's how definitely.
But good for her. That's money for her family.
Right.
Obviously, we'll find out later. It's not cash money.
Right.
But she's ticking away, and good, and she's proud of herself, and that's good. And I have a really good hit on who Herman was, who brought them their lunch.
Right.
So I found Herman Stanley Brumlow.
Okay.
He was born in October of 1899, and in the 1930 census, he's living in White County, and he's a laborer on a farm.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. He has a wife and 3 kids, Lucille, Walter, and Clarence. And I do think we'll meet Lucille in later entries. But in 1940, he's still listed as a laborer on a farm, so it looks like it's probably our guy. Mm-hmm. But he dies in 1949 at the age of 50. Mm-hmm. And on his death certificate, they said he died of natural causes.
Huh.
What the hell is natural at 50?
Huh.
I mean,
and
struck
that's
by
all
lightning.
they put?
That's all they put. So they didn't say whether he had heart failure or what. But I'm 55.
Yeah.
I mean, no, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no, like, oh, she just got real tired.
Right, at 50.
Which happened. So I think that was weird. So there you go. And then I found a couple of Billies. Mm-hmm. And she's talking to, this Billy on the store porch. Mm-hmm. And I think what helped me find it is when she talked about the store porch. So I figured he either has something to do with the farm or the store. Mm-hmm. And there is a Billy I found who would have been 17 years old when this entry was written. And his name is Billy Patterson. And he's not on the census as Bill or William. It's straight out Billy. Mm-hmm. So that helps me. And his dad was a wholesale grocer. And since they're sitting on the store porch, I'm wondering if maybe his dad was there doing some business. Billy's helping with the truck.
Dropping off
They
the
show
pack
up with
of Coke.
groceries. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who he is. So we're going to keep an eye open for Billy, see if he comes back around.
And the store is right next to where the tent was.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close,
yeah. You've done a real good job of putting that map together on the TikTok. So, guys, if you haven't seen our TikToks, Mark has done an amazing job of putting the houses, the old pictures of, like, first of all, the farmhouse that was really there, and then other houses from that era. And really recreating the farm for you.
Yeah.
It's like a movie set. It's so cool. Mm-hmm. So you should definitely be checking that out. And maybe one of these days we should put one of those on our Patreon just so people can get an idea of all the brilliant editing you do. Because y'all, this is a fun podcast. It's an amazing visual. May 10th, 1932. Picked 16 quarts today. May 12th, 1932. Doyne brought his car, so we got to ride to the patch with him. I picked 7 quarts this morning and 6 quarts this afternoon. Wish I'd get some mail. May 13th, 1932. Helen was sick today. I read to her and Dean. Got a letter from Bill. Sat by the tent tonight and feel, I don't know what. May 14th, 1932. Went to the patch this morning and got 11 quarts. Doyne brought us home to dinner and took us back. I picked 3 quarts, and then I was feeling so bad I burped up my dinner. Sat around the shed a while. Doyne was going home, so he brought me back. I lay outside, didn't eat supper, bathed, and then going to bed. Doyne brought me another letter from Bill. It was all songs. We got one from Lil, too. May 17th, 1932. Picked 10 quarts of berries at Mr. Meyer's patch this morning. Went over to Uncle Clyde's patch, and I packed 3 cases. Didn't pick this afternoon. Stayed over at the store. Francis and I stayed outside and sang on the stile. The moon is so pretty tonight. It's almost full. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. She says, Doyne picks her up for dinner. Dinner for them is lunch.
Right.
So he's picking her up. She's going home. She has a little lunch break. That's their big meal of the day. She's going back to work. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
And to think, okay, so this is the middle of May in Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's probably getting hot. Probably,
Right.
70, 75, 80.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot. But she talks about going to Mr. Meyer's patch. We met Mr. Myers in the last podcast. He's a tenant farmer.
Right.
He's raising his family there. And he's the one that has the musical at his house. So he and his wife love the music. May 18th, 1932. Picked 12 quarts of berries. Frances and I packed at Uncle Clyde's, then all us Hartzells picked berries to preserve. When I read that, I was like, so do they get like free picking where they can go and make their own preserves, or are they making these for the store?
Oh, good question.
I wonder if it is for the store, because first of all, you need the mason jars, you need the boiling stuff, you need whatever it is you put in. I've never made preserves in my life. I think I did once in the Girl Scouts, but I let the leader do it and I just ate them later. But I thought that was really interesting too.
Yeah.
So it's almost like now you have to, because they're women, the men probably go back to picking and the women are like, now you come and help all this boiling and cleaning these mason jars. And I mean, a woman's work is never done.
Right. They probably had a kitchen house outside of the tent and outside of Aunt Etta's house.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely outside of Aunt Etta's house. And maybe even something, for the store. Who's to say?
I know. Yeah, right.
But I thought, but when she was like, all us Hartzells, I'm like, oh, they're all out there. Leon, everybody working.
And Helen and...
little Helen and Dean, who are just,
like
they're 8 and
7
10?
and 8 or whatever.
They're little kids.
Yeah. Out there picking for money. Or tickets.
Yeah, well, paying off
credits.
Debt. Yeah. May 19th, 1932. Frances and I went to Ethel's tonight. Prince and Connie took us girls to Judsonia. We went to the carnival. Rode the tilt-a-whirl with Frances and the girls, saw Tommy and Frank Stewart. Connie is that husband that she doesn't like, the Connie Overstreet.
Okay.
She's like, I don't like him.
Right.
So he's taking him to the fair. Maybe she's getting over it.
Okay.
And Prince, we haven't officially met him yet, but Prince is Prince Alva Byrd. So he's one of Delia's children, born in June of 1901. He marries a Luvecca Simons. Luvecca. We're getting some good names on this episode.
Seriously.
He gets married also in 1934. It's like the Byrds were like, okay, kids, you're
34.
getting married and you're leaving in 1934. We want to see none of you again. And they got busy.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Right. I wrote in my notes, did someone lose a bet or something?
Right.
But in the 1940 census, he's listed as a day worker on a farm. So I guess he's still working with the family. And in the 1950 census, he's 48 years old and he and Luvecca have not had any children. So they pack up and move to California. He's working in the cotton industry, running a gin.
Makes sense.
And the company is called the Cotton Oil Packers. I've also found him in a 1955 phone book living in Kokomo, Indiana. So I guess they moved around a lot. They went where the farming was.
Right.
He dies in 1975. He's buried in Judsonia. His wife dies in 2002. And I don't see any evidence that she remarried. So 75 to 2002. And we don't get a last name for Tommy yet.
Oh.
But we will meet Tommy later.
We sure will.
Yes, but he is with his friend Frank, and I definitely found him. His name was Frank Stewart.
Yeah.
He was born in 1915 in Bald Knob, Arkansas, which is right around the corner from where they're living now. And he registers for the draft in World War II. At the time, he's working for a trucking company out of Memphis, Tennessee, and he's married to a young lady named Lila Nell that he had married in 1936. And they have 2 children. I don't know how he dies, but he dies in 1954. And Lila Nell will remarry in 1990 at the age of 82 to a man named Alfred Gray, who is 70 years old.
Good for them.
And his wife had died in 1990. So
and when
that
did
man,
he get married again?
In 1990.
Wait a minute. The same year?
Yes. This man, I don't know, he just can't do without a wife. But within the same year, he loses a wife and gets a new 82-year-old one.
Oh. Wow.
So maybe Lila was just lonely and she's like, okay. But I mean, I will not be marrying at 82.
Seriously.
I
won't be marrying at 52.
Hold my hand, kiss my cheek, and let's go to the movies, but get your mitts off of me. I am 82 years old. And I have a picture of her.
Oh.
So that will be on our Patreon.
Another
at the $5 level.
Thing about, they went to a carnival.
Yes.
And
rode the tilt-a-whirl. I don't know how much I would trust that tilt-a-whirl in 19...
I found some photos of the tilt-a-whirl back
Oh, you
then,
did?
You are right not to trust it.
I don't trust any fair thing.
Me either, even today.
There's this one ride at our carnival called the Mousetrap, and you get into like this little, looks like a cheese wedge, and you ride this thing. I call it the cheese slice of death.
Yeah.
I've ridden it one time, and I will never ride it again.
Yuck.
Oh, God, so scary. May 20th, 1932. I was reading in the store, and who should come in but Mr. Tommy Bird himself in person. He was all slicked up, and there I was all dirty. We spoke, that was all. I cleaned up and was in front of the store, and he came down there. I have a date with Tommy on Sunday. So Tommy's a bird, but he's not one of Delia's children.
Yes.
He's a cousin of all those kids, so this isn't too close to family.
Right.
She's not dating a cousin, but Tommy is sticking around for a while, so we're not going to give him his farewell ending until that time is right. So buckle up, y'all.
And Tommy
Here
was
comes
all
Tommy
slicked
Bird.
up.
Tommy is incredibly handsome.
Yeah.
He is as hot as fire.
Yeah.
And we should put that on the Patreon at a $50 level because he is hot as fire.
Tommy.
But we will definitely have his picture there because woof. Yeah, but I guess she's not thinking about Gussie and Bill anymore.
Right. She seems to have a short
It's okay.
memory.
They are 100 miles. They're more than 100 miles away.
Yeah.
May 21st, 1932. Went to the patch and picked 3 quarts. Went with the others over to Uncle Clyde's patch, then came home with them. Got a letter from Bill. He sent me a Bell banner. So that's the newspaper from Bell.
Back in Bell.
So I guess, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with his dad.
Right.
Because
Who was his dad?
Well, we talked about his dad a couple episodes ago,
Right.
but no, perfect to bring it back up. His dad was a politician and
Yeah.
a judge in Bell. He will end up being a state representative. And in 1932, he's
Yeah.
running for office.
Right.
So the elections haven't happened yet because it's May, but I guarantee you
I
that's
bet
why
that
he
Bell
sent
banner.
look at my dad.
Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is, I
Bell
wonder
banner.
if he sent it to her because it's a picture of like dad and his family, like a politician takes. And then I'm like, oh, the Bell banner is not on newspapers.com.
No, it's not.
And I need to go to Bell, Missouri
I know.
and find the library. Like I said a couple episodes ago,
Yeah.
their number is disconnected. So I need to I don't know. I need to
Where
call
would
City
the
Hall.
Bell, so if anybody knows where the old Bell banners are, let us know.
They've got to be,
Bell, Missouri.
hopefully they're at least microfiched.
That's what I'm hoping.
And maybe they charge a little bit of money and they'll go through and look at things for
if
me.
we could find the Bell banner.
But I've got dates. I want obituaries. I want pictures. I want the social column.
Yeah.
Anyway, May 22nd, 1932. I guess it wasn't ever meant for me to go with Tommy. I got ready to go to the picnic this morning, sat out under a cedar tree and was reading. Daddy called me away. Francis and I went to see Girlie. Tommy was supposed to take me out, but didn't.
So on May 21st, there was Tommy, and then on May 22nd, no longer Tommy.
Yes. Yes, actually, they were supposed to have. She has a date with him on Sunday, and then the next day she doesn't see him at all. So I don't know what days of the week are happening.
Right.
But I guess this May 22nd must be
Near.
Sunday because she's not working.
Right.
I guess I could ask Alexa, but I don't have an Alexa in this room. So we'll just pretend that we know that. So so why do these boys keep standing her up? Bill did the same thing in Bell. But
Intimidated.
here's the next entry. We might learn a little something. May 23rd, 1932. Went to the berry patch and picked 9 quarts at Myers Patch. Had to go by myself to the patch. Francis was sick. When Leon brought me the lunch, Francis came. We packed over at Uncle Clyde's. Tommy took Ruby Warden to youth group last night. He told me about it. Came home and finished reading. Tommy passed by after supper in a truck that had been to town and waved at me. Francis and I sat on the store porch and harmonized songs tonight.
Good one.
Tommy!
Seriously, Tommy.
What the hell? He asked
Get with
her.
it,
He
buddy.
didn't take her, and then he takes Ruby Warden. So I had to find this
Ruby.
hoe. I'm just kidding. Of course she's not. She's not. I'm sure she's very lovely,
Yeah.
and her children are beautiful. But Ruby is 17 years old in this entry in 1932. She was born on July 7th in 1914, and in the 1930 census, she's already listed as a laborer on a farm.
Yeah.
So girl's been working for probably years. I noticed that her father wasn't in the 1930 census, and he had already died. He was 57 years old when she was born.
Wow.
And her mom was 42. So that's a late
Yikes.
surprise baby. And he's already dead by 1930.
Sure.
Yeah, so poor guy. She marries a man named Ruby.
Yeah.
Marries a man named Warren Sutton sometime in the 1940s. I can't find their marriage records, but she's single in 1940 and married in 1950. But the marriage doesn't last long. He dies in 1956 at only 51 years old of cirrhosis.
Uh-oh.
That's liver.
Yeah.
He's a drinker.
Right.
and it's prohibition.
Right.
So he's probably drinking that bad liquor we talked about when the people were walking funny, and how bad the liquor was in rural areas because they just weren't good at it, and they weren't distilling it. Well, yeah, and they were, God knows what they were putting in it.
Absolutely.
Leftover gaseline.
Probably. Yeah.
You don't know. So that's really sad. Yes. But he did die in a sanatorium. They sent him away to one of those tuberculosis sanatoriums that all the ghost hunting shows go to now. They're like the Pennsylvania Asylum.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So he died in one of those. But what's really interesting is that shortly after he dies, they don't cure tuberculosis, but they've come up with a treatment plan now where people don't have to be sent away to sanatoriums anymore. Huh. So yeah, he just missed it. But tuberculosis is contagious. Before 1950, the only way they knew how to treat it was to send them away for fresh air. Oh yeah, let me see. So before 1956, treatment was fresh air, bed rest, and drug therapy. Can I have tuberculosis? Because that
Really?
sounds like vacation to me. You could have tuberculosis for anywhere from 10 months to 2 years.
Yikes. 2
I know,
years.
I know. But anyway, it doesn't sound, I mean, you're coughing a lot, but you get to relax. May 24th, 1932. Read and finished my book this morning. Sat out in the yard with Carlotta this afternoon. Girlie and Ethel came up here. Francis and we three sat around and talked. Tommy came up to the store. He came out and talked to me. May 25th, 1932. Worked in the store this morning. Tommy came to write a letter and mail it. He talked to me and asked me for a date Friday night. May 28th, 1932. Went to Cersei with Tommy this afternoon. He asked me if I wanted him to come back, and I told him I surely did. So I hope he does. I like him real well. I hope I get to go with him a lot. I was supposed to dream of my husband last night, but I didn't. May 1932. First month in Steprock. I have made about $8 by real work, but I've got another flame, a cute bird, and I sure do like him. June 16th, 1932. Francis and I got up early and went to Cersei. We fooled around town. Then they took me to Swan's, played the piano with Wanda, got dinner ready. Francis wasn't there, so Swan, Wanda, and I went riding. Saw Tommy at the Piggly Wiggly. And that's the picture that we have of Tommy. Because at a Piggly Wiggly.
Kroger.
Oh, he's at a Kroger in that picture. Oh, yeah. Well, he worked in grocery stores, I guess, then.
Yeah.
Well, I think we find out later he did work in grocery stores.
Yeah.
All his life. So this is where we meet Swan and Wanda.
Yep.
And these are cousins of Elisabeth.
Yep.
And their father is Barney Hartsell, Louis's brother. So we're going to learn more about him in later diary entries. But Swan was born in 1915. In 1942, she married a man named Charles Jimerson and already divorced him in 1946. I'd love to know why. In 1950, she has married a man named L.A. Wolverton. And I thought, well, what does the L.A. stand for? I don't know. Even on his tombstone, it just says L.A. So I don't know. They have one son named Gary, who's born in 1954. Miss Swan dies at the age of 84, and I have a picture of her, and she was beautiful.
I came across a picture as well.
You
It was sent to me by cousin Ruth. And I can tell you this about Swan. She looked like a fun person.
What makes you say that?
It was Grandpa Morris Hartzell's 92nd birthday party where these photographs were taken. And there was
right.
Aunt Etta, Aunt Netta, Grandpa, Louie, all of them lined up. And all of the cousins.
Okay.
Riva, all of them.
Oh, I got to have this
who
picture.
will meet. And they were all pretty staunch looking, you know. I mean, small, you know, smiles on their face. But boy, Swan, she was like,
Whee!
yeah, woohoo! Her dress just flowing, and she was Barney's daughter, like you said.
Yes.
And Swan was quite the character. I can just tell by looking at her.
Oh, I cannot wait to have both of those pictures. I think the one I found was from her obit.
Okay.
Not that she's 82.
How old do
you know how they do in obits? They'll put a picture when you're 50.
Yeah.
And then you look in the paper and go, oh, that 50-year-old. And like,
Right.
at 105. You're like, well, I'd like to see him at 105. I mean,
Right.
you know. Anyway, but her sister Wanda was born March 1st in 1922, and she married a man named named Niall Fordham in the 1940s, and they moved to Texas because he was in the military. He dies in 1987, but she lives till 2005.
Wow.
So many years past her beautiful sister Swan, and that's where you have it. June 25th, 1932. Mother and I made 2 Devil's Foods cakes to sell in the store today, but no one bought them. Francis and I have planned some good plots for stories, but it's getting them written that's the trouble. Francis and I sat up in the tent and talked over bad times. Tommy came over tonight. Okay. In our last TikTok live, we made a devil's food cake.
Yes, we did.
It was the biggest comedy of errors. I mean, I just loved it. It was chaotic. And we made the best freaking devil's food cake ever because we accidentally also added 3 cups.
Okay, this wasn't we, so can we? Yeah. So rephrase.
Okay. Take 2.
Yeah.
So I totally on purpose added 3 cups of confectioner's sugar. And I'm telling you, that cake was delicious. But I did
Put
hear
the icing in the cake.
Okay, but I have heard from your mother and your aunt that they did not get a piece of this cake. Did you eat it all?
No.
Did you not eat it at all and say, I'm getting rid of this before I eat all the sugar?
Not at all. I just have not delivered it yet.
Okay. Because I have some of mine left.
No, I have some.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I just want them to at least taste it. It doesn't have to be like a full-on slice.
Yeah.
But because I was like, ooh, child, I'll bring you some.
I have not delivered it yet.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to always make that cake.
Yeah.
And do it just like that.
And
Why
put
not?
the confectioner's sugar in it.
Yeah, I'll serve it with a little Cool Whip or a little powdered sugar on top.
Oh my God.
Well, it has plenty of powdered sugar. But anyway, that's hilarious. But it made me sad that they didn't sell those cakes. So I hope they just ate their feelings.
Yeah.
But you just think like, oh, we'll make some money. But who could afford a devil's food cake? Oh, it made me sad. July 27th, 1932. Just finished the dishes. I'm so tired. Tommy made me so mad last night. He had been drinking. I am disgusted with him. Yeah, so we're back to her hating drinking.
So tell us about what she thinks about drinking.
Yeah, not good. In the last episode, we talked about Bill drinking and making her mad, and everybody drinking will make her mad in the future. Yeah. So poor Tommy. He's like, I'm just trying to relax. June 28th, 1932. Francis and I sat in the tent and read over my diary of the good old days in Bell. Tommy came over to the store, but I didn't talk to him. Okay, I'm going to pause right here.
Yeah.
Francis and I sat in the tent and read over my diary. So for any of you haters out there who are like, your grandma should whoop your butt. Well, okay, she's letting her sister read them.
Right.
And these are everybody knows she has them.
Right.
So, okay, back to the story. June 29th, 1932. Thought Tommy would come over here tonight, and sure enough, I heard his truck coming. He drove past here, and we went to Mr. Jivens. Then he came back. Francis and I were singing in the yard. He and Francis fought a while. Then she left, and we just talked. Another month wasted away.
Yikes.
So, I guess Francis came like, you can't come to stay my sister if you're a drinker, and you need to leave her alone, and blah, blah, blah. And oh my God, you're so handsome. You can do whatever you want.
By the way.
Which is how it would have ended if I were the one. Who didn't? But that's where we're wrapping up today. Just another month wasted away in Steprock. So she's in a tent. At least she's got a real cute boyfriend right now if he would just stay off the evil hooch. But so she just got there in May. This is the end of June. So buckle up, y'all.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming.
Yes.
If you are enjoying this podcast, please go to whatever site you are listening to it on and give us 5 stars. Write us a little review. And I was thinking the other day, I would love it if your review comments weren't even about the show. Either tell us what you'd like us to do on a TikTok live, or we do them on Facebook as well. Mm-hmm. Tell me your favorite kind of cake. What's your favorite ice cream? Hey, how about your favorite color? It would give me no more pleasure than to scroll through our reviews and see things like Rocky Road, pink, yellow, and have all the people who haven't listened yet go, what? And that would make them want to listen. Like, why is their review just the word pink?
Why is it?
Because I want them to write weird reviews. Oh. I don't want them to just be, I love the reviews we've gotten, and y'all are so kind to say like, I love this story and it's so beautiful.
You want them to just say,
but I don't want
armadillo.
them to yes. I don't want them to feel obligated to
I understand.
write, like, because when I have to write a review, I'm like, I think it's nice.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm horrible at it.
No pressure.
So no pressure, but write us a review.
Right arm. Yeah. Right chair.
Yeah, just chair. Yeah, but I love armadillo. If they all just said armadillo, people would be like, what is happening? You can find us on all the things as My Grandma's Diaries, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Spotify.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
I even put us on Sirius and
good.
iTunes, not iTunes, TuneIn.
Oh, good.
So now we're a Stitcher. So for the Android people, I'm just put wherever people go, I can't find you on this platform. I just put us on it. So
You're amazing.
Yeah, we're all over everything. So you can find us anywhere. Tell all your friends about it. And go to our Patreon. That's where all the bonus episodes are. And by now we have aired a really cool interview with Francis's son. And this episode was Heavy Francis. So go meet her son, Jeff. He's adorable.
Interesting.
And in the meantime, we will see you next week, next Tuesday, at My Grandma's Diaries.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye. Oh, I should say bonsoir, because I've just come back from Paris.
See ya.